What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Monday, July 17th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 10-game MLB slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I like Logan Gilbert. He's pitching against a low-salary batting team, the Minnesota Twins. Logan Gilbert only giving up a .596 OPS versus righties. Actually pitching just as well versus lefties, facing 4 lefties and 5 righties. And I like this pick because the Twins have only hit 4 of his last 34 pitches. That's a 118 batting average. So Logan Gilbert is $9,900 FanDuel salary, 100 less on DraftKings, averaging 33 fantasy points per game on the season. He's got an ERA of 3.66, record is 7-5, pitching an average of 89 pitches per game. Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game, 7 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Logan Gilbert here versus the Minnesota Twins. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher, first base position. Here's a value play. I like Patrick Bailey. He has a 36% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher, Brandon Williamson. Patrick Bailey batting 36% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .983 OPS versus lefties. Brandon Williamson giving up a .780 OPS versus righties, and there's no at-bats versus Williamson yet. Patrick Bailey is $2,900 FanDuel salary, 900 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's got a batting average of .285. So I like Patrick Bailey here versus Brandon Williamson. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Gleyber Torres. He has a 21% batting advantage over Griffin Canning. Gleyber Torres batting a little bit better versus righty pitchers, batting a .730 OPS versus righties. Griffin Canning pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 18% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .782 OPS versus righties. So Gleyber Torres is 0 for 2 here versus Canning. He's $3,000 FanDuel salary, 1,800 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season, but he's been on fire, scoring fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. Lowest score being a 9, then a 12, a 15, and a 22. Got a batting average of .261. So I like Gleyber Torres here versus Griffin Canning. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. So I like Gunnar Henderson. He's got a 49% batting advantage here over Emmett Sheehan. Gunnar Henderson batting 38% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .823 OPS versus righties. Emmett Sheehan pitching 11% worse to lefties as he does righties, giving up a .633 OPS versus lefties. So there's no at-bats versus Sheehan yet. Gunnar Henderson is $3,000 FanDuel salary, $1,700 more on DraftKings. He's averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on fire, scoring fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .245, so I like Gunnar Henderson here versus Emmett Sheehan. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. So here's a value play. I like JP Crawford. He's got a 38% batting advantage over Sonny Gray. JP Crawford batting 36% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .796 OPS versus righties. Sonny Gray pitching his worst ball to lefty batters, not by much, but he's given up a .604 OPS to lefties. Now, JP Crawford is 1 for 2 here versus Gray. He's only $2,800 FanDuel salary, $400 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. Scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of .258, so I like JP Crawford here versus Sonny Gray. Okay, moving on to the outfield position, I like Jarren Duran. He's got a 14% batting advantage over the low salary pitcher Paul Blackburn. Jarren Duran batting 14% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .863 OPS versus righties. Paul Blackburn giving up a .747 OPS versus lefties. And I like this pick because Jarren Duran is 3 for 7 here versus Blackburn. It's a .429 batting average. He's $3,200 FanDuel salary, $700 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .318, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. One of those games was a 47, so he's got some major upside. So I like Jarren Duran here versus Paul Blackburn. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.